right
Here,
after this.
on
Guess what?
FS1.
Super Bowl's on
15
Fox.
minutes.
We're out here crushing it. Super Bowl rematch, Purdy versus Mahomes.
First ever Super Bowl rematch on Fox.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We got to look at our paychecks today. little spot bonus.
Yeah.
Purdy versus Mahomes. Purdy, you know, basically right there, even in regulation, then walked off the field with the lead in overtime.
I mean, what more do you want from
Yeah.
him?
Spags, very impressed. Take a listen.
Spags loves him.
I just think their system is built that they really can expose zone coverage, and yet I think they got enough skill that if you don't have the right man people covering their men, that can be challenging too. I mean, it's going to start up front and stop in the run, and hopefully we can get the quarterback not to be in timing like he is, because I can't find a weakness in this quarterback. Every time I put the film on, I'm more and more impressed.
Brew, I don't think he's being honest.
He said it. I'm not going to call the man a liar. I'm going to take Spags. He's a great defensive coordinator. I mean, come on.
How often when you were doing that did you just torch the opposing team's quarterback?
The whole thought process was throw bouquets.
Yeah.
Throw bouquets.
Yeah. Sorry.
But to say that, that's a heck of a bouquet.
It is.
Dude, how many times did you say, I cannot find a weakness?
Yeah, but sorry.
You could just say he's playing great football. He went way overboard. I think he believes it.
All about how
Go
good
ahead,
the
KW.
team is.
Sorry.
Waterproof, Kansas City or San Francisco?
Yeah, this is absolutely San Francisco.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
twist.
it's not
Okay.
It's not even close.
I'm glad you didn't go full.
They've got a losing record, and I go
stronger
look.
than
As a truth teller about Patrick Mahomes, I know a lot of people want to deny his performance this year.
I haven't done that.
But the Chiefs have nothing to prove. They're undefeated. They found a way to win all different kind of ways. They found a way to win close games. They found a way to deal with success. They found a way to win with a young team. They find a way to win through injuries. There's really nothing that they have to prove at all in this game, where San Francisco is the polar opposite. They have everything to prove because there's so much hype going into the season. There's so many expectations, and all they've done is underachieved to this point. Where with Kansas City, as much as I may look at Patrick Mahomes' performance
is the word.
as not being great, it's totally different.
Truth alarm.
Did that go off? So to me, it's not even close. It's San Francisco by a mile.
Yeah, so I agree 100%. I'm shocked I agree, but I didn't think that's what you were going to say. I applaud you for that. I think the Niners, if they lose this game, are in real trouble. Like I don't know that the NFC West is. I don't know what's going on. My phone is muted. Oh my goodness gracious! There's an alert going on, but everything's okay. I apologize.
Thank you.
I don't know that the NFC West is going to have a wild card team, and at 3-4 with this schedule coming up, we can show it to you. You would start to get concerned. It's a little unfair by the NFL, if you ask me, to give them back-to-back teams coming off a bye. But the Chiefs are coming off a bye. The Cowboys, I know they own the Cowboys, Brew, but still, the toughest time to play was coming off a bye.
True.
And then, I mean, the whole of their schedule is no cupcakes in there, depending on what happens with Tua's health and the Rams' health near the end of the year. And also, I have real questions about what this Niners team is going to be defensively. Real questions. Like, I know we spent a lot of time talking about Purdy, and I don't want to argue about Purdy right now. But one constant of the Shanahan era has been they have this amazing running game. He schemes guys open. I think he gets more out of his quarterback than anyone else could. But also, they've had top 5 defense to go along with it basically across the board. And that's not what they're getting this year. And so if a Chiefs team that is, the big news out of Kansas City this week was, man, thankfully, Juju Smith-Schuster's hamstring is not hurt so badly. We think he's going to be able to play. Kareem Hunt's the starting running back, it would look like. That San Francisco has more to prove. And if they lose, there's a lot of real questions about them right now.
It's a hat trick. I mean, It's absolutely San Francisco. The Chiefs, like Coach said, they got nothing to prove. If they lose, nobody's writing them off. And they've, as I said earlier, they lost to Buffalo in the regular season, Cincinnati in the regular season, beat them both in the playoffs, so they'll be fine. San Francisco's got to prove to themselves, first of all, that they can beat this team. They're 0-4 against them, twice lost to them in the Super Bowl, had a 10-point lead one time with 8 minutes left, lost that game. Like, years you thought they were the better team, lost. If they were to meet in the Super Bowl, I think that'd be really damaging for them to go into playing the Chiefs when they've lost 5 straight, including this year. I also think they have to prove to the league. They got to take a chip out of that Chiefs mystique, because I think the Chiefs are winning some of these games off mystique. Now, obviously, Mahomes has been clutching stuff,
but
teams are
press.
like get shook. Yeah, they press when they're playing the Chiefs. Somebody's got to beat them and kind of knock that mystique out. And so they got to prove for them and for the league.
I got that list of quarterbacks you wanted.
Oh, good.
Just real quick, quarterbacks who have beaten Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. It's only 7 guys. Lamar, Jared Goff, Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson, and then Deshaun Watson, Ryan Tannehill, and amazingly Jacoby Brissett. That's the list, but it's only 7 guys ever. Purdy would join it because he
hasn't beaten Lamar, Burrow, or Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's been beating Brady, obviously.
Before we go, Super 6 sponsored by DraftKings. Head across the Shanahan squad is favored, but Mahomes has never lost to the 49ers. Andy Reid has the highest winning percentage in the history of the NFL off the bye. And Kyle Shanahan, 0-7 against Andy as an assistant or head coach.
Wow.
That being said, Kyle doesn't want to dwell on the past. Take a listen.
Of course not.
Yeah, I think everyone understands that we've lost the 2 Super Bowls to them. So, I mean, that can give a little post-traumatic stress when you turn on the tape, but I think that's human nature. But you got to make sure you don't get caught up in that. You know, this game has nothing to do with past games. That was last year. We're playing a really good AFC opponent. We're 500 right now. We want to stay atop of our division and get a win. You think about that stuff going into it, but in terms of what it plays out in a game, it really has no correlation, and you try to make sure that it doesn't.
Don't believe you. What you got?
For the record, I believe him a little bit. I think because Trent Williams has had some good quotes on this, which was, let's say we win. Are they dropping confetti? Or are we popping champagne? Like, when we've lost to them, it's been a culmination of a season and a celebration for them. If we were to beat them, we don't get to have that same type of thing. So I agree with him in a little bit, but it might give them a little more confidence if they think this is a likely Super Bowl this coming year, that we're going to get the same one. So listen, I have Kansas City, and it's not going to be for the reasons I think people would expect, which is the obvious reason to take Kansas City is Patrick Mahomes, among other things, is the greatest underdog quarterback in NFL history. That's not even a matter of opinion. It's just a matter of fact. He has the best record. He has the best record against the spread. His team scores the most points as an underdog of any team with at least 10 instances. He has the best passer rating.
As an underdog is insane.
Correct, because all of
those
numbers are insane, and he has been an underdog in 5 of his last 6 playoff games. He was an underdog in the AFC Championship game against the Bengals because his ankle was hurt, in the Super Bowl against Philly, and then all 3 of their last playoff games last year, everything but the Dolphins playoff game. But that's not why they're going to win. They're going to win because Kansas City is going to slowly suffocate San Francisco. Because Kansas City doesn't let you score, and the Niners, if they don't score, lose all the time. And I know that sounds silly, but let me explain it. I heard Acho talking this week, what are the Chiefs going to do when someone scores 35? And the answer is, I don't know, but luckily that's never going to happen because nobody can score 28. The Chiefs have not allowed 28 points since the Super Bowl against the Eagles. Meanwhile, the Niners, since Purdy took over, when they get to 28, they are LeVar Ball. They never lose. And when they don't, they are the Carolina Panthers. And so I don't think, right, and I don't think the Niners are going to be able to hang anything close to 30. And the Chiefs' incredibly effective but very dull running game will carry the day. And so let me just give one more stat and then go. The Chiefs' success rate, which is kind of a smart guy stat, but it basically means, does your run get on 1st and down, on 1st and 10, does it get you at least 2nd and 6? Or on 3rd and short, does it pick it up? The Chiefs are #1 in the NFL in success rate running the ball while being dead last in explosive runs. They don't have a single run by a running back longer than 11 yards. So they're just basically getting 4 or 5 yards every time. And that's what I think they're going to do. And it's going to be a boring game, and Kansas City's going to win. And then on Monday, people are going to be like, what's wrong with the Chiefs' offense? And it's just who they are at this moment in time.
I got the Niners.
Ooh.
And look,
Spice.
none of us expect the Chiefs to go undefeated.